viewers, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different from what we usually do on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about YouTube. Yes, I've been on YouTube for about a year and a half now, and I have learned so much along the way on my journey. So I wanted to share some of that with you guys. I'm going to be showing you guys my equipment that I use, giving you guys some tips and tricks on recording. So if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. If you are looking to start a new YouTube channel, if you have a YouTube channel and maybe looking to get some new equipment or just looking for some tips, you definitely clicked the right video because we're going to be getting into all of that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button as I said, and we're gonna get right into the video. So first I wanna start by saying, if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, there's no better time to start than now. Start right now. With that being said, there's a lot of people on the YouTube, if you've been looking up videos of how to start a YouTube channel, what videos to record, videos idea for first YouTube channel, a lot of people will tell you that you don't need a camera, you don't need lights, you don't need a laptop, you don't need this, you don't need that in order to start a YouTube channel. And I agree with that to a certain extent. So you absolutely don't need any of these things to start. The only thing you really need is a smartphone. I recorded my first YouTube video, made my first intro, my first outro, everything off of my iPhone. So I agree with that to that extent. With that being said, if you are looking to make a career out of YouTube, if you are serious about YouTube, if you absolutely want to do this long term, you will need a camera, you will need lighting, you will need all of that stuff, okay? I do not know a single YouTuber who does this as a profession, who records off of their iPhone, who does not have lighting, who does not have editing software. I don't know any of them. I may be wrong, there may be a few, maybe one or two, but I don't know anyone who does this as a career who records off of their cell phone. Keep that in mind as far as your goals are going and what it is that you actually want to accomplish on YouTube as to what you need to invest in, okay? With that being said, I have some really great equipment that I feel is very beginner friendly. I'm not an IT person, I am the average person, so as much tech savvy as you are is probably as tech savvy as I am. So if you're looking for very beginner friendly stuff, then this is the place that you want to be. And we're actually going to start with my camera. So the camera that I actually use is the Sony A6000. I'm actually recording with it right now. This is the box that it comes in. I keep all my boxes for electronics and stuff pretty much until the warranty runs out. It's just a habit that I picked up along the way, something that I learned kind of the hard way. So yeah, here is the box. This is how it comes. As I said, it's the Sony A6000. It is a mirrorless camera. It comes with a kit lens. It is a power zoom kit lens. And the kit lens is a 16 to 50 mm and with an f3.5 to 5.6 OSS. I absolutely love this camera. So I'm going to tell you guys some of the pros of this camera. The pro of this camera is that it is a smaller camera. It's not big and bulky. It's a mirrorless camera. It has a horseshoe on top, which is like an insert where you can insert certain things. I'll tell you the things that I put on there. I'm looking at my notes because I have a lot of things that I wrote down. It's less expensive than most cameras. That's one of the things that drew me to it, but it's also very highly rated. So if you look this camera up, you will see that a lot of people really love this camera, recommend this camera. It is extremely beginner friendly in my opinion. Not a big learning curve for me at all. I pretty much started shooting with it from day one, didn't need a lot of direction. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there to help you to navigate this camera if you do need extra help, but like seriously, it's extremely beginner friendly. Also, there is a Sony I believe 6500 or 6400 that comes after this, but I would not recommend getting that. I have read so many reviews that say to just stick with the Sony A6000. This camera gets a lot of very good reviews, even though it is an older camera and there is a new version to it. A lot of people say don't even bother with that one. The only thing that I feel is a con to this camera is that the display does not flip up on top. So with that being said, you can't see yourself in the viewfinder. So if you need to see yourself, you would need to get an external monitor in order to be able to see yourself. So that's the only con that I have with this camera. I personally don't need that all the time, but I do have a smaller TV that I attach to this camera when I'm doing things where I'm going to be moving around a lot. So if I'm going to be recording a try-on haul or something like that where I'm going to be moving around, I do attach my camera to a small TV that I have just so that I can make sure that I'm always in view. But for sit-down videos like this, I don't use any type of external monitor. If I'm doing makeup tutorial or something, I don't use any type of external monitor because I simply don't need it because I'm not moving around, I'm just sitting in one spot. So if you're looking for a vlogging camera, this is obviously not it because you will not be able to see yourself in the viewfinder. Next thing is my light. So the light that I have is called a Yongnuo light. If you don't pick up anything else from this video, make sure that you check out this light. I absolutely love this light. So I used to have a ring light like most people. My ring light actually caught on fire. I laugh about it now, but when it happened, I was scared for my life. But after that happened, I knew that I didn't want a ring light again. Not because it caught on fire, because that was actually my fault it caught on fire. But I knew I didn't want a ring light again because I didn't like the quality of the light that the ring light put out. It just was too coarse. It was just too, it just made me feel grainy. I didn't like it at all. Did some research and I found this light and I absolutely love it. This light is amazing. It comes with fine light or coarse light. It is battery powered, so you get a battery pack that comes with this, and it goes from 0 to 99 as far as dimness goes, so you have a wide range of options as far as your lighting. And as I said, I absolutely love this light. If you don't pick up anything else, make sure you pick this up. It also comes with 2 filters. So right now there's like a clear filter to help make the light softer on me, and then there's like an orange filter that comes with it also. This is the battery pack. It does come separate, but it's not expensive either, and it comes with 2 batteries. This can be charged with any type of, I call them Android chargers. So any type of Android chargers, that means you could charge it even in your car if you needed to. The next thing is going to be my lens. This is the lens that I have on that camera. I am not using the kit lens anymore. Initially, I was using the kit lens when I first started recording with this, but I recently bought this lens. This is an E35mm f1.8. And what the 1.8 is basically, it's the aperture for the camera. And what the aperture basically does is it gives you this blurred effect in the background. And I wanted something with a low aperture because I like to have the blur in the background. Also, I use this same lens in order to take my Instagram photos, and I absolutely love, love, love this lens for that because my photos look so good now. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram because you can see the quality of those photos. I actually recently recorded a video on how I use this camera to take photos for my Instagram and how I sync this camera to my smartphone. Yes, this camera has an app store in it that you can sync to your phone in order to take pictures and use everything basically that's on your camera is transferred to your phone because this camera has a Wi-Fi receiver in it where you can transmit the Wi-Fi image to your cell phone and take pictures. I think that a lot of cameras are like that now, but that is one of the biggest perks of this camera is that you can just use your iPhone as the remote. The next thing I want to talk about is my microphone. So this is the microphone that I actually bought to go with this camera. This camera does not have an AC jack on it, so you could like plug an external mic on it. This is actually one of the 2 I think there's like 2 or 3 microphones that works for this camera. I don't really use the microphone. I will say that the only time I really use the microphone is if I'm recording like a makeup video and I'm going to be very close to the camera. Right now I'm not using the microphone. If I'm recording a haul or something where I'm far away from the camera, I may use the microphone, but not really. I don't use it that much. I don't feel like the audio in this camera is that bad. Also, if I need to make adjustments, I use the software that I edit things with to make adjustments to my voice if I need to. And speaking of software, that's gonna bring me to my laptop. So the laptop that I have a MacBook. I believe this is the 13. I'm not really too good with that type of stuff, but I'll list everything down below as I said. And this is what I use to edit. I use Final Cut Pro now in order to edit, but up until this point, I actually was using iMovie, and I highly, highly, highly recommend iMovie for beginners, actually for anybody, because it is extremely user-friendly. It's free. You don't have to worry about paying for anything pretty much. Final Cut Pro is $200. I've dabbled and dabbled in like Adobe Premiere and kind of couldn't get with it, but I do like Final Cut Pro. The only thing about it is the price tag. Also, you have to pay for a lot of the plugins. You don't have to worry about that with iMovie. iMovie, as I said, is free. You can use iMovie to edit on your cell phone if you're using your cell phone to record. I probably will still use iMovie to edit certain things in addition to the Final Cut Pro, because now I am using Final Cut Pro. I'm new to Final Cut Pro though, also, as I said, so I may have a different opinion in maybe 6 months of using it, but right now I still favor iMovie, and I will always favor iMovie, I feel, for a beginner before you jump in and make that investment into software. So that is what I use to edit. Oh, wait, and one more piece of equipment that I almost forgot is tripod. You want to get a sturdy tripod. I know that there's a lot of really cheap tripods out there right now on Amazon, like $10, $12. Please don't get a really flimsy laptop, a really flimsy tripod, and put your camera on it, because it will fall over, your camera will break, your lens will crack. You will be very upset with yourself, especially if you are recording outside or if you take pictures outside. As I said, I do use this same tripod, same camera to take my pictures out for Instagram, and a lot of them are outside. The wind will literally knock one of those little tripods over. So you want to get a very sturdy tripod. I have a pretty affordable one that I use. I will link it down below. I'll also link some of the better ones that are on Amazon also down below for you guys to check out. But yeah, so that is it for the equipment that I use. So now I'm going to pretty much go over how I set up to record for YouTube. And it really depends on what I'm recording. So if I'm recording a sit down video like this, I am set up in my living room. I will show you guys what that setup looks like. And that's pretty much how I set up. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need anything extravagant. I opt for neutral backgrounds. So things that are white, beige, brown, gray, because it kind of makes sure that the focus is on you and not on your background. I will say though, if you have a niche, say if your niche is tech and you are recording in a room with a lot of computers, I think that that's highly appropriate, and I think that it draws your audience in and kind of makes them feel like they're there with you. Or if you record fashion videos and you have a really nice closet and you record in your closet, I think that that's also appropriate, because as I said, it draws your audience in and makes them feel like they're there with you. So I do recommend that if you have that type of setup. If I am recording a makeup video, I set up in front of my vanity, so I record all of my Instagram reels there, all of my YouTube makeup videos there in front of my vanity. So I'll show you that setup. Then I will be sitting right here and record it facing this way to record. And if I'm recording a haul where I'm going to be trying things on, showing things off, I record that also in my living room, basically in the same space. I'll show you that setup. And I just move things around a little bit. And it might seem like a lot to kind of move all of this in and out my living room, but it's actually not, because this behind me is a closet and all of this stuff just goes right in that closet. So when I'm ready to record again, I just bring it out of the closet. Some of the tips that I have for recording are to record in a closed room with minimal background noise, so that you don't have any type of distractions. Make a schedule in which what you want to record and when you want to record it. I have a schedule. I don't stick to it, but we ain't talk about me, we talk about y'all. I want y'all to be better than me, okay? So make a schedule. Also, if you have, as far as background noise, if you have kids or family members in the house, pets, put them up, record when your kids aren't there, when they're taking naps. Try to minimize as much background noise as possible. I talked to you guys about your backdrop. Try to record in places where you have neutral backgrounds. Also, try to record if you don't have control light, natural light. That also helps somewhere where there is natural light that is constantly shining through. You don't want to record when somewhere where like the light's going in and out, because that doesn't give off a good effect when you're recording. And I believe, scripting. That's one of the big things. So for people like me, I am not a good public speaker. I mumble and stumble over my words all the time. I know what I'm talking about, but when you do that, it kind of makes it feel like you don't know what you're talking about, but it's just because I have a very bad fear of public speaking. YouTube is helping me actually to get over that, because even though I'm talking to myself, I am technically talking to someone. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's video. I really hope that this helps someone out, someone who wants to start a YouTube channel, or as I said, someone who's just looking for new equipment, some tips and tricks. I really hope that I helped somebody out today. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comments. I will answer any questions that you guys have. I thank you guys for your time. If you made it this far, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.